they say the slower you go, the better. But I mean, like, they beat me basically, right? But it's good for it's a good beating. It's a good beating. It's a required. But it says XGS made in Japan. So
we're into Ryan's coffee.
yeah,
coffee
I love coffee. I probably shouldn't drink as much as I do, but I love it. So yeah, we're gonna show him how to make hand poured coffee today.
Yes.
Grinded too. So I don't use pre-ground beans. I use whole beans, and then I grind them the day of, so it's fresh as possible.
And we're gonna need the freshness. I'm on 3 hours of sleep this week.
Oh yeah.
We just swapped. He got the more sleep. I got no sleep.
Yep.
Darn you, La La Land.
Yep. Well, but coming to you from a dumpy little garage in the San Fernando Valley.
I'm Brandon, and he's Ryan, and welcome to
Bridging Otacos. Yeah. All right. So let's get this going. Cut this part out. I don't want to show the brand.
It's like what?
No. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to weigh the. We have a grinder here. Mm-hmm. This is obviously a powered grinder. Let me hook this up.
That's such a stubby little connection.
Well, there's a longer cord in there. Actually.
Oh, okay.
Probably should have done this before we started, but whatever.
See, we're not Rachel Ray. We don't have all these years of experience of on-camera cooking or whatever things. It's like we're just learning as we go.
Exactly. And it's still short. Hold on. Oh, there's more in there.
Oh, okay.
Don't say anything dumb, Brandon.
I was about to say, I'm like, that reminds me of a Wildcat clip that I saw from, they're playing COD and they're just like, it's like, you know, there's penis enlargement surgery. It's like, what? It's like, yeah, there's apparently there's a few inches inside of you. It's like, so they just pull it out. It's like,
so there's just more in there.
It's like, you're telling me there's more in there than outside.
That's so dumb.
It's so funny.
There we go. Jeez. Okay. Yeah, I can plug in now.
It's a growing.
Gosh. Well, that's funny. Okay. There we go. So what we have here is the pour over system. This is a water warmer.
Yes.
Or what's it called? Tea kettle.
Kettle, yeah.
Kettle, not tea kettle. Kettle.
Water warmer.
Grinder, a scale to weigh your grams. So is it grams I weigh in? Let me see. Yes, it is. I weigh in grams. Okay. So what I do is, let me get the beans in here. So I'm going to take this off.
The beans. You know what's slightly... it's slightly foul, but like it's crazy how it's like the Biggest Loser.
What is
the
it?
scale that they have to use for them as well?
Why?
Because they don't use a conventional scale like you and I would use. They have to use like a specially designed one that's able to get to their actual weight without maxing out. At the same time, that show is Biggest Loser still on?
I don't know. So first thing we gotta do, sorry man, not to cut you off, but I'm trying to cover the. I don't want people to know my blend.
I'll put a mask on it
because I would, to be honest. I like coffee. I do all this stuff as much as I can, but I don't buy like $50 beans. Like, you know, like it's you can get really good beans at Costco.
Yeah.
and get them a good amount for a good price. So we do 60. I'll just weigh it and then I'll say it so you can cut it out. So we do the beans.
I don't know why I thought you were about to say like 60, like 60 actual beans, not 60 grams or. Okay, that's a lot more than I thought. 60 grams would be.
All right, so we do 60 grams of coffee bean. And hold up, pause. Okay, so we do 60 grams of beans.
60 grams of beans.
Yep, that's 60. All right, and then we grind that. So we're gonna put this in here. In our grinder here, our handy dandy grinder. You could also, people hand grind it, which is kind of crazy.
That's what my roommate used to do.
They have like a hand turner grinder, manual thing. Some people like that because you can control exactly how the grind goes. But this is a lot easier for me. So that's what I do.
A lot more convenient.
Yep. So while this is going to be pretty quick, so
You should eventually teach your little one. You should get a hand grind one, hand it to her, and just say, just
crank it.
crank it.
So here we go. It's going to be a little bit loud.
5 minutes later.
See?
Oh, that's a lot quicker than my hand.
Tap it. Make sure everything's done correctly. Alrighty.
I'm curious how much science has gone behind just in coffee making as well, because it's just like the measurements, the amount of grind it is,
I'm
like
sure
the pour time, the pour manners or whatever.
Oh, and I forgot. We need to warm up water. So it shouldn't take too long. It's an electric kettle. So.
Yeah, those things, like a minute or two tops. Well,
Nah, this one takes about 5 minutes.
Oh, okay,
Which is not bad. But I don't like to I don't know, the ones that heat it up really fast.
Mm-hmm.
I just feel like it's bad for the water sometimes. Like if you have like higher, like this is just like nothing water. It's just filtered, decent water. But there's people that use like really good water that has like mineral content. I just feel like if you heat it up that quick, I don't know, I'm probably wrong, but I feel like it's bad for the water. And we're gonna need to do this 2 times.
Dos veces.
Because
I don't know how to say it in any other language.
well, this is otacos.
Otacos. Lo único
So we're
cosa
gonna
es
heat it up to as hot as possible, 212 degrees. At least that's how I do it. Some people are like, you're gonna damage your bean or blah, blah, blah. It depends what bean you have. Well, you know what? I don't know what region my bean grows in. So
Aren't the typical regions Central and South, the connection between Central and South America?
it could do. They grow beans in Japan. They grow beans everywhere. To be Hawaii, right? This one, I'm sure if I read the bag, it'll tell me. But
And then you'll have no excuse.
I mean, honestly, they probably get it from the same place that Starbucks gets their beans. Maybe they get a little bit higher grade quality or higher grade bean to pick from, but it's not by much. But I like to do it myself because I can control how much coffee's in it, right? When you don't do it like this, just so you know, when you guys are going to Starbucks or any coffee place, unless it's like a homegrown, like mom and pop shop that cares about the coffee they're giving you.
Yeah.
You're not really getting coffee. You're getting sugar water. Because you'll see, like when we add sugar, we add very little.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Like we're not gonna. I mean, you can add more if you want it to be really sweet, but you're not gonna need to.
It's just like I want to become diabetic.
Yeah. So something you want to do also, while this is, I don't want to get too hot. It's already at 80 degrees. Is you want to prime the filter. So a lot of people don't know this. You prime the filter by wetting it. And what it does is it takes away the paper flavor. This is a really high quality filter though, from obviously because it's Japanese and they care.
Right.
But you don't need to do, if it's like a cheapy like white one or something like that. And this filter is also special for pour overs. So we filter that out, and then I don't know. I'm gonna put the water now because that water's supposed to technically get thrown away, but I'll go dump it. Right? Just.
It's like the floor will absorb it. Now Ryan's off on an adventure.
No, I'll be back. I'm just gonna put in this bucket.
Don't break the set. It's just like as you're walking out, it's like just tripping over lights.
Yeah.
I've done that. I've almost done that at work once, and it was almost with the camera.
Yeah.
Oh, scared the hell out of me because I use a Blackmagic 6K camera. I don't know the exact like model and everything of it, but those things are expensive, and I'm like,
all the Blackmagics, yeah, they're crazy.
I hold that thing like I'm holding a newborn. I'm literally just like, I got it, just basking it or whatever the term is in football. Is it the bread? I don't know. You're just like, I didn't play football.
Me either.
I tried out, and then I got what you call a bronchial spasm, which sounds so fake and so made up, but it's an actual thing. And so like when I was trying to breathe, all the muscles that I would need in order to breathe spazzed out. So it was kind of like, not like an asthma attack, but like basically like I just could not breathe properly because of it just going. It was basically like if my breathing muscles got a cramp.
I've never heard that happening before, dude.
Exactly. Like I went to the doctor, he's like, bronchial spasm. I'm like, what the hell is a bronchial spasm? And then I came back and the coach is like, so are you gonna be joining football? I'm like, no, I'm okay. And everybody's like, pussy. It's like, I'm like, I got a bronchial spasm. I couldn't breathe. They're like, oh, bronchial spasm. I'm like, fuck you. I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. It was a very,
Alright.
very like white school. They're like, oh, you don't play football? It's like, you're not a man. I'm like,
Cool. All good.
All good.
So coffee's warming up.
coffee moment.
So you were saying you were playing football.
I tried out.
Yeah.
To be honest, it's just like, if I had it, I didn't really enjoy the idea of football. Like, okay, it's cool, like running around tackling people. I'm like, if I had to do that, I would prefer to do it in the form of rugby. Yeah.
Why rugby?
Because like,
I think it's more violent, to be honest.
well, because here's the thing with rugby, you have to have proper technique when it comes to tackling. If not, you get penalized, and as well, it's just like they know when it's like, yeah, don't do it because you can really injure somebody. And it's like, it feels like rugby players are a lot more respectful. Because like, have you ever seen those clips when like rugby players go to like quote unquote argue with the ref?
No.
Dude.
I haven't watched rugby, to be honest.
I've seen clips. They're sometimes like the most politest people going up to the ref, and the ref will be like, okay, come here. And usually in other sports, you have people like yelling at them, cussing them out, especially soccer. Soccer, we always just go and we just bicker and moan at them, saying, what did you call it? It's a foul, blah, 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 give him a card, yada, yada, and like really ticking them off. With rugby, he'll call him over, the two captains will walk, and he'll explain everything, and he's like, got it? And like, yes, sir, we understand, sorry, sir. And like, very politely with it. So it's just like, and it's a bigger field, it's more constant running, and it's not like that short, sharp, like plays where you have to memorize, like, okay, we're gonna have to do B42 lateral to the left, Leroy Jenkins, shimmy, shimmy on a 2. It's like, excuse me, what? It's like, just run a post. It's like, just say it in English, darn it. So it's like, rugby, it's a lot more free thinking.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I could get behind that.
So that's honestly why I think I preferred that to American football.
Yeah. Sports are, I would say, a blessing and a curse at the same time.
Very much so. Depending on who's your coach, what's the player's mentality, because it can either really, really help you or it can really, really mess you up.
Yeah.
So
like, it does teach good. Well, again, it depends on the coach, right? It could teach good work ethic. It could teach teamwork. It could teach, how to lose, character, all that stuff, right? Yeah. Or it could be very toxic, right? And very, how do I put it? Like,
demoralizing, maybe?
Yeah, I guess so. Like, in a way where like you learn the wrong way to lose, you learn the wrong way to win. But I guess that's with anything, right? You can learn how to race a car, but be an amazing, responsible driver on the road. But then you go to the track and you're a monster. You know what I mean? Like, so, I mean, it just, like, someone teach you how to race, you could do, I'm gonna go street race now. Kind of the same thing. So it does depend on the individual, but I think that overall, any type of sport, whether it be traditional sports, American, traditional sports like baseball, basketball, football, I'm not gonna say soccer because soccer is not an American traditional sport.
Well, not yet. I feel like
it never will be because it's a European sport. It's always been. It's
been everywhere else except for the States.
Yeah.
But do you think that idea can start to shift? Because like seeing the MLS has definitely picked up.
Do I think it could shift? Do I think the acceptance of soccer as a popular sport?
Yes.
I think could shift, but it's never going to be a traditional sport.
Yeah, and actually, that I think about it, I'm like, whenever you think America, you think that you don't go to soccer.
No, you would think baseball right away.
Yeah.
I mean, sorry, football fans, but even baseball is more American than football.
Yeah, that is very true.
They say that baseball came from I think a game in Africa where they use like a flat paddle or something like that.
Or like a stick or something.
But the game is so different than that game that they're saying it came from, which there's no proof that it did. I don't know. It's just.
And then you have.
I think there's too many. Like it's basically the way that baseball players describe it is you're playing chess with your body.
Oh.
Yeah. So like if you have a runner on first and third, and it's 2 outs, what do you do?
It's like, of course, most people are going to try to hit a tank, but at the same time, it's like, could you just get on base?
You're already thinking batter. The batter is just, he's minuscule compared to, they make a big whole grand thing about it on like TV, but the batter it doesn't matter. The batter really can't control where he hits the ball, more or less. Pros can to an extent, but most people are not pros. So when you're playing,
So if you're on the defensive aspect, you have a runner on first and third. The main thing is, okay, I don't know too much about baseball. If it's not a pop fly and it's a grounder, if it's a rolling grounder, and you throw it to second, do you have to tag the player or can you tag the base?
See, you that's what I'm saying. You don't know.
I don't know.
Because it's chess.
Yeah, so
you
like,
have to know the moves. Yeah.
I'm like, okay, do you tag the runner or do you tag the base? Or do you go for first, depending if it goes to right field or left field? So
here's the thing. The answer, if you're a baseball player, you already know, is it depends. Because it depends where the ball's hit. If the ball is hit to third base and it's running on first and third, you know, second base is crashing to second for a double play, assuming there may be a double play. If third base decides he's going to throw it a second for double play, you better be there. If not, you didn't do your job. First base is covering his spot because he knows that the pitcher is going to run to home to help cover the ball if it was hit short, right? Catcher is getting ready for a throw at the plate if the runner from third takes off and is dumb and thinks that third base is not going to try to throw him out for a lead runner to get the lead runner, so there's no point scored.
Yep.
But also depends, if there's one out,
then it's just like
then there's like, okay, then it's best to turn the double.
Yep.
If you can do it. If you can't, you're going to let that run score, right? So there's, you know what I mean?
It's
so
just
you
like
have
such
you have at least, I mean, I don't know the exact number, but you have at least 3 different options you can do if you're a third baseman. Now, if it gets hit to short, there's it's about the same options. Hits it to second, it's a little different because now you could tag the runner at first, throw it a first, turn a double that way, or you could throw it depending where the ball's hit in your area. Are you throwing it to shortstop who's now crashing instead? Third base is going to, you know what I mean? There's all kinds of like, and the outfield is coming in to backup throws that might get overthrown. You know, so
I have the perfect clip to lay over this. I have the perfect clip.
Okay. All right, let's do this. The heat is ready. Okay, so I don't know how we start talking about sports, but cool. Let's do it.
Now, the
Here.
moment.
So I make a little like crater in there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So let me turn this back on. Just to 0. We're gonna go to 1,000 grams for this 60-gram pour or 60-gram grind, and you pour it slowly. And what we're gonna do is it's called pluming. We're gonna plume the coffee,
which is basically pouring it
evenly everywhere.
Oh, okay.
And this type of kettle I'm using it's special for the way it pours. Because you can control the flow.
Oh, okay.
So I'm gonna put 200 grams of water to start to help it plume. And what I'm doing is I'm releasing, I think it's CO2 that's in the bean. So it's releasing, right? Enclosed coffee units, that doesn't happen very well. See how like you see, oh, it's steam, yeah, but it's also gas is coming out of the bean. You know how like when you eat beans, you get gas because there's nowhere for it to escape, so it comes out your butt, right? So this is letting the gas escape here, so that way when it comes down here, it just creates a smoother, more robust flavor. So I use dark grind beans.
Yep.
But the way I make it with like this, you could control it depending on how much, grams you put in the grind too, per how much water you have. There's a science like, the perfect cup of coffee is this much water for this many grams. I did 60 grams of fresh ground coffee, and you let this air out for maybe 30 seconds or something.
Okay.
It's like some people are literally timing themselves.
That's what my roommate used to do.
Yeah.
He would pour. Yeah. He would time his pour as well and just make sure it's
you can time the pour. I was like, all that. Yeah.
All right, buddy.
A little much. So what I do, this is my trick because I need more water after this. Is it takes time to heat up, obviously. So I don't want it to wait too long. So I do 500 grams in here, and then I leave some hot water so it's still warm, it's still hot in there. Then I put the water back in,
so that it
heats up quicker. Yeah, and then just make sure your scale doesn't turn off because then you're gonna have the wrong measurement.
Yep.
So now we go to 500. And I do not time my pour. Come on, they say the slower you go, the better. But I mean, because you want to kind of, as the water comes out, you want to keep adding as it comes out evenly.
Yeah.
That's the general idea. See, so like this, I could control the pour. That's a pretty good pour there, right there. See? That's a little heavy right there, so you gotta keep, Someone's probably gonna watch this and go, he doesn't know what the heck he's doing.
My brain is more thinking. I'm like, you know what? I absolutely love. Imagine like an infinite water source in a tea kettle, like that, and you just have it like on your desk or something, and it's just the water flowing. And
Yeah,
it just loops.
They have those,
I
the
would love that.
desk fountains.
Yeah.
It'd be cool to have one here, actually.
Dude, freaking love water and fountains so much.
Yeah, they're kind of like a pain in the butt to maintain.
True.
We actually had one in the house. You never saw it, but we had one in the house. But you have to like dump out the water, clean it out. If you don't, it gets mold.
And then
it gets algae. You got to put little chlorine tablets in there if you don't want, and then you have chemicals in the water, and your kids touch it and drink it, and you know what I mean. So it's like, it's not really worth unless like it's self-sustaining, like it has its own filter system and all that. But then you might as well have a fish tank at that point,
just a little fish.
Okay, see, so that's 500, and this is still at 190, so it ain't gonna go that high. Yeah, but careful, it's hot, so watch out for that spigot right there.
Dude, have you seen those ads for like those steam fountains or whatever, where it's just like, I don't know how to describe it, but they put like a little egg that like puts out smoke or whatever.
Okay.
And then it'll just flow down like a certain little path.
Really?
Yeah.
Steam fountain. It looks like smoke.
Yeah, it looks like smoke.
Yeah.
Or like a mist on like something. Oh, those are really cool.
Like a heavy fog.
Yeah.
Right?
Dude, fog is so cool. That was like my favorite thing.
Oh, no. That was... I'm like, what was that?
I'm like, that's not my car.
I know. I was like...
But it's just like, I've always loved like a really heavy fog. I don't know why. Like I will wake up in the morning sometimes.
Next time we're here, you're gonna see like
a fog machine.
Like Brandon bought a fog machine.
I just pop out. Hello.
That would be interesting, actually, though, dude. That'd be a fun It would be something that's like you want. Like I want this all the time. It looks so cool, but it's kind of like okay, it's like getting old now. Like
yeah,
people are tired of the fog.
It's just like we can't see them. It's just like all you gotta do is hear.
Maybe if the channel was called Dreamverse.
Called what?
Dreamverse.
Dreamverse? I feel like you're referencing something.
Am I? No.
Potentially? Who are
I
you?
like to make up my own words.
A Shakespearean man, I see. Dude, it's crazy how many words Shakespeare added to the English lexicon. I don't forget the exact number, but he's noted as adding so many, which is... I don't know how you do that. I don't know how people come up with words. They're just like, we need something to describe this sort of thing.
Yeah, it is. It's difficult. I thought about it. I'm like, there's not a word like to describe. Like, let's say this exhaustion has a certain level.
Yeah.
Right. Let's say you just ran a 5-mile run. You did a circuit workout. You're extremely tired.
Absolutely knackered.
You did that at 5 a.m, right? Then you come home and you have 2 toddlers, right? Right? And then you gotta not deal with them, but you gotta be their dad, right? For all day, well, forever, right? All day. Help your wife with stuff, right? Then you gotta still work while you're doing that, right? Then you gotta deal with the car breaking, and then you gotta deal with, getting it, the car breaking, getting it fixed, right? And then you got to deal with a problem that arises from work. And then you got to, while all that happens, you got to come home, come back from that, deal with, the kids again.
My brain's hurting just from this.
then hopefully, if your wife's not pregnant and tired,
then
there's food made. If not, you got to help make food. What describes that level of tired, or because exhaustion doesn't cut it?
Insanity.
That doesn't describe tiredness though. See what I mean?
Depletion? Maybe.
No, depletion is not enough.
No.
Because depleted's like, oh, my battery's low. Like you could recharge. You know what I mean?
There's probably a Japanese word for it.
There is.
The amount of Japanese words that they have for random things.
They have. I get stuff on my Instagram all the time, and it pops up. It says the Japanese word for collecting books with the idea of wanting to read them, but you never do. There's a word for that.
I should just have that posted on where all my manga is, because I have not read it in a while.
Isn't that funny?
That is pretty funny.
I see what you're saying. But what do you want to talk about?
We were on sports earlier, and again, excuse to talk about Formula One a little bit. Because right now, the Formula One season, as of recording this, starts tomorrow with its first race
I didn't know that.
in Melbourne. If you have Hulu, the Hulu bundle with Disney Plus, you can watch it. I think it starts at like 6:30 tomorrow.
Really?
6:30 in the afternoon.
Without commercials?
I think without commercials, yeah.
That'd be nice.
So the thing is, right now there's 20 races on the grid, and 6 of them, so 30% of the grid, are rookies.
Oh, wow.
And I've heard so many people saying, it's just like, imagine if you had a sport and 30% of all players were rookies. Imagine hearing that like something like football, soccer, baseball. It's
No, it's unheard of, dude.
Exactly,
No,
but it's like, it's crazy.
I mean, I guess it could happen. It could, but
well, technically,
most teams like okay, well, we're talking about 2 different things here, though. Okay, go ahead. Go.
it's like, well, if I want to be a smart boy, I can say, well, technically, the first season of the NFL, everybody was rookies, or whatever it was before. I got that. But it's just like, it's going to be really interesting. So it's like, and the first race is supposed to be a wet race, so it's going to rain in Australia, in Melbourne, when it happens. Is it in
A lot of their races are wet races.
Not for the most part, no. Last season, I think there was only like 2 out of the 24 races.
Really? When I watch it on Netflix, it's like it's always raining.
Well, because that's Drive to Survive. They're always just like, oh, we have to. I watched Drive to Survive for a decent bit. That's what got me into Formula One. But like the longer it's gone, the more I start to just like dislike it.
Well, I think it's because the racers see it as, oh, we thought this would be good for our image. This would be good for our. It is good for the sport in general, for F1.
Very much so.
But for the individual and their PR, it's like if they say one thing and they say have one bad day, it's like, oh, you're the,
Yeah, that's what
and it's like
Christian Horner.
Yeah, exactly.
Ooh,
or like they catch one thing on camera that's like, oh, Charles Leclerc is a party boy, right?
You actually know the names.
Yeah, yeah, you know what I mean. And it's like he's like, I went out like in Milan. I went out one night.
Yeah. You know what they do that's so upsetting? They'll take random radio bits from random races and then splice them together to try and make a narrative that did not exist.
Oh wow.
And it's just like, oh my gosh, like it's a bit annoying.
Is Haas still in it?
Haas is still in it, yes.
Really?
Gunther Steiner is no longer the head principal.
Yeah, I do know that, but
now they're partnering with Toyota for starting.
Now they might have a chance
starting this season and next season.
Toyota's basically racing against Honda with Honda being an oracle.
Yeah, and then Mercedes has their own engines. Ferrari has their own engines. The Williams are looking really fast this year.
Are they really? Because they were like garbage.
Well, because back in the 90s and 80s.
No, I know. I know they were like awesome. They were fast.
But now I think they're becoming they're not so much of a privately owned team anymore. I think they've become like a company team, if I remember correctly.
Okay.
And Toto Wolff from Mercedes, his number 2 became the team principal at Williams. And now they have Alex Albon and Carlos Sainz from Ferrari. And
Williams got Carlos?
Yeah.
Carlos left Ferrari? Why?
Hamilton. Hamilton went to Ferrari.
You just ruined F1 the show for me, man. I didn't know that. I mean, I could have Googled this, so I guess it doesn't really matter.
I'm actually surprised you didn't hear it, because it was just like, dude.
I follow F1 on... dude, I'm not plugged into media as much as I used to be. So.
Okay, if you just say, like, oh, you follow F1, it's like anything that is F1 related, it was the first thing at the start of last season.
Dang, so he finally said, okay, Mercedes, I'm done giving you chances.
Yeah, I guess him and Mercedes finally just finished, and he had an opportunity to go to Ferrari, and he's like, I want to race in red. So he finally went to Ferrari. And Sainz.
Okay, so now I know for sure, because I'm a driver fan. I don't care really for the team. Like the team could suck, but if I like the driver, I'm gonna root for him.
Yeah.
So I don't like the brand Mercedes. I don't like Mercedes in general. Like I just don't like. It's not a fan. I'm not saying I never drive a Mercedes car. I'm just saying that I don't. I just don't. It just doesn't. The brand doesn't sit with me.
It's not your cup of coffee.
Yeah. My cup of coffee, exactly. So, which is done now. So
yes,
yeah. It's done. That's it. See, and so I put the little extra excess here. Let it drip into the cup for a little bit, and that's it. Cap it. Make sure the aeration side is open. Here.
And the bada bing,
and there it is.
Boom. And we have the coffee,
fresh coffee, and then we have the cream and the sugar and The Yeti.
The Yeti coolers.
The Yeti thermoses.
I don't know why I said Yeti cooler. I think it was just when you think of Yeti, you immediately think of the coolers.
But what was I saying? Oh, so Target has the F1 cars, the Legos.
Yes,
I'm buying Ferrari. It's mine. You can't get it.
do not know how
If you
much
get it,
self-control.
I said it first. I'm getting Ferraris.
Okay, if I had to pick a second one,
You can get Williams since you're a fan.
I do like the look of the Williams. Have you seen the Red Bull livery? Not the Red Bull. Sorry, the Red Bull's Racing Cash App livery. It is a beautiful, beautiful white.
Really? It's white now?
White with red and a little bit of accent of blue. It looks so good. People are comparing it like in the terms of like people loving the look of it to Red Bull's I think 2020 Turkey one. We'll find it exactly, which is like a white with like a nice red on it as well. It was a one-time livery for that race. Absolutely just gorgeous. But darn it,
Oh, look at it now.
if you're taking
So you know what's funny is that shows that dark scheme is getting out. Because like dark mode, this and that, dark colors, dark software, everything was like everyone wanted the gray palettes.
Yeah.
And dark, and now for them to go white, it's a complete contrast. And obviously, I design websites. People always say, "Oh, we want it to be dark." And I'm like, "Look, you can." I'm just letting you know it's a trend, and the trends end, and then once everyone has a actual easy to read functioning the way it should be website, you're gonna be like, okay, yeah, I want my black website to be white now, and it's like, I knew it was gonna happen eventually.
It's basically,
and for them to do it, that's millions of eyes are on those cars, right? So the colors they do and the branding that they go with, people mimic that.
Yep.
Other companies mimic that.
Oh, very much so. Because they're just like, okay, what's the marketing? What is
Yeah.
people going to be looking like? Are people going to be used to it?
Oh, speaking of that, have you seen? I saw this one meme. It was hilarious. It said McDonald's in the '90s, right?
Okay.
Or even in the 2000s, how it was really like red,
colorful,
yellow, playful, all this stuff, right? And it said McDonald's went from a happy child to a depressed adult.
Yeah, I've seen that so many times. It's like Play's gone, absolutely just bogs grayscale.
Like,
You're just like,
and it's true. I'm like, yeah, like you drive by now. I'm like, I don't eat it. I don't. It's just it's really horrible for me. So I just don't eat it. But it's
crazy.
If I buy it, I'm like, are they trying to look like Starbucks? Like
you're just like, why are you trying to be like, oh yeah,
it wasn't broke. Why are you fixing it?
It's like we're all classy and professional.
It's like you're McDonald's, dude. Like you sell Happy Meals. Like come on.
You used to sell stoner breakfasts, which were like, I was still ticked when they got rid of like all day breakfasts. So I'm like, I just want a sausage McMuffin.
Now Jack in the Box is the place to go for that.
Dude, Munchie Meals, yes. The amount of times my friends got that in college.
And Jack in the Box?
I think it was Jack in the Box, or was it? Yeah, it was Jack in the Box.
Really?
Yeah, we get Munchie Meals.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Dude,
I just get breakfast all day there. I don't care. All right, so ready? I'll do the honors for you on the first one.
Okay.
Here you go.
We're not doing this traditionally Japanese, or I'd have to pour it.
All right, there you go. It's about a cup.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Muchas gracias. Arigatou gozaimasu.
Arigatou gozaimasu. Oh, you're getting the delicious. Go. And as you can tell, a lot of work for not that much coffee.
Yeah.
Right? But, all right. So I do cream. I just do simple half and half. I do drink it black too, but today I'm not because it's the weekend.
And insert the clip from Airplane.
Oh.
It's a classic. It's like, surely you can't be
You want
serious.
this?
I am serious. Don't call me Shirley.
Yes, thank you. And then sugar, I usually add 2 sticks. I might do 3 today, just to a little more sugar, but I'm not a heavy hand with sugar at all. I like to taste the coffee.
For me, it depends on my mood. I'm fine with either going like super sweet or like as bitter as it can be.
But then you're not drinking coffee. You're just drinking a coffee smoothie, basically.
In which regards, if it just being bitter or if it being super sweet?
No, if it's super sweet.
Ah, okay.
Coffee is supposed to have a bitterness to it. It's just supposed to.
Yeah, I'm fine with either or.
Stick? Oh, stick right here we go. And then we got Stir stick.
I got a stir stick. I'm like, here, let me give you a stir stick. Well, I'm like, if I hand it to you the wrong way, then just my finger, whatever it touched, is just in your coffee. And now we spin.
Yeah. So we'll have this.
Do you go clockwise or counterclockwise?
I do figure 8.
You do figure 8. Isn't there like a specific way you're supposed to make like a matcha? Like people think, oh, you're supposed to stir it. It's like, no, you're supposed to just like brush it up and
Probably.
down.
I do have it. I have the matcha kit, but I whip it like an egg.
Oh, okay.
So I kind of like scrape and pull up, I guess. So yeah, I guess there's a way. But I think the Japanese do it where it's kind of like they like dip down. But I do it like where I go like, can't even. It's like down, push, up, down, like down, push up, but quick. So it looks like I'm whipping it. So I guess there's a little bit. Yeah, you have to break it up.
Oh, okay. I needed this. I'm gonna make it through today. Yeah. I will survive.
So how's it taste?
Tastes good. Again, tastes like Boss Coffee. Tastes like, and it's so good.
Oh, from Japan?
From Japan. If you go to Japan and you need a coffee, go to a konbini, go get Boss Coffee. I usually got the latte, which was like in a light brown
Or just come to Ryan's house.
package, or just come to Ryan's house. Invited, please. We have invited.
We'll call it the daily grind.
The daily grind.
Trademarked, patent.
It's just like people come in. It's just like we have like a live audience, like Top Gear style or whatever.
That'd be cool.
That would be so much fun having an audience Top Gear
If we
style.
mattered, if we actually mattered.
Yeah. See, that's when you gotta get popular. If you get a panel at Anime Expo. I just completely fucked up the glasses.
And you know, coffee is one of those things that like a lot of weebs like to drink because it keeps you up late at night. to play video games
or watch
anime.
Dude, I need to.
You want to know? Oh my god! Okay, I'm gonna talk about the best anime if you're a coffee fan, and you're not gonna think like why. Can you guess? Okay, let's see. Can you get? Yeah.
Okay.
The best coffee. It doesn't make sense, but
let me do 20 questions with you. Is it an anime I've possibly seen?
yes.
I've seen it.
Yes.
So best
and it's a very mainstream one as well.
best coffee for anime. Best anime for coffee.
That gives credit to coffee and makes you want to drink it. So like that's one of my clues too.
Okay. Is it in the 90s? Is it in the 2000s? Okay, but not the 2010s.
Yes, it is in the 2010s.
2010s. Okay, 2010s anime that gives credit to coffee. Let me think.
Whoever has watched it is like, I know what it is.
It's literally when you're watching like Jeopardy.
I know Ryan's taste in anime, his palate. I know what it is. And they're like,
or it's like Family Feud or something where it's just like, idiot, it's this answer. Like, how can't you know what it is? And
someone's like, if I comment, he'll give me a free. You make me a coffee. That'd be funny.
They're just like, okay, 2010 anime. Is it a shonen?
Yes.
Okay, it's not a shonen. I'm crossing.
I said yes.
Oh, sorry. My brain is like, okay, so it's a shonen. I was thinking it is a shonen, but it's not Dragon Ball.
Is it a shonen? I would say, you mean is it in Jump Comics? I think it was.
Okay, it was in Jump Comics, so that means it's done airing. Is it 2010?
Yes, it is done airing.
It is done ending in 2010s. Okay, so I'm not thinking Dragon Ball. I'm not thinking Bleach. My brain...
It is actually done airing, yeah. They haven't continued anything after it.
I have not continued anything after it. It definitely is not Rascal Doesn't Dream Bunny Girl Senpai.
I'll say
Futaba.
I'll say one more thing, and it might give it away, but it might not. So I'm gonna say it.
I'm gonna feel stupid if I don't get this.
Blood.
Blood Blockade Battlefield?
Oh.
No. What is blood? Well, gosh. Okay, anime with blood. Just blood. No, I can't. I don't know why my brain went to Guts and Berserk. No. It feels like a Gundam one. No, what do we Gundam? What if
I'll give you another hint. This is my last one. I gave you 3 big ones.
It's like helping.
It is not a Gundam. It is not a Gundam.
Let's help you.
It is not a Gundam.
Not a Gundam. 2010's done airing with blood. And it's not Blood Blockade Battlefield.
Someone's like, ah!
God, so people are losing their minds in the comment being like, get it, Brandon.
Someone just stabbed Brandon's face and destroyed their computer.
Okay. Not Blood Blockade Battlefield.
I'll let you know another one. One more, last one, just so they can like destroy themselves in the screens. They have a coffee shop that they meet at in the anime.
Oh my gosh, wait, I remember hearing it from a trivia quiz. Oh my gosh. Oh, is this Steins Gate?
Nope. Okay. Is that it?
I guess that's it.
You're gonna be like, are you like, why? You're gonna be so mad
I'm
at
gonna be
yourself
so
right
pissed.
now. Ready?
Yeah.
Tokyo Ghoul.
Right, because we go at the beginning. Oh my gosh. And I was thinking about rewatching Tokyo Ghoul. Oh my gosh. It's like, well, there goes my credibility. I'm just leaving my. It's like takes off the weeby jacket and everything. It's just like, I'm done. That's it. We're calling it. Thank you.
Everyone has Murphy. It's right now, like, Brandon, really?
This is called Bridging Otacos and Brandon. The Otaku and Brandon.
Oh my gosh.
The Otaku and the Weeb.
Yeah, Tokyo Ghoul, dude.
Gosh,
the way that they animate the coffee, the grind, it actually made me think, like, do people really make coffee like that? Because I knew, like, it was a thing. I didn't think that the Japanese were into it either. I thought it was more of a European thing, to be honest. Well, and then I started looking into it. I'm like, oh, okay. The Japanese like it. I like coffee. I'm gonna start doing it
because the Japanese love like European influences
a lot, which I did not know that until I went to Japan, which is weird. Because all of this gives credit to like their traditional stuff usually, but like when you go there, if you go to the higher end places, if they're not intentionally trying to give you a experience like of traditionalism, you're gonna get spoons, forks, like tea sets, very and like high quality like European tea sets. Stuff. Yeah,
because like when I went to Kobe and I was walking through some of the places, like it felt like you were like in an Italian back road with like with like the architecture, the colors, and like how it just looked Italian.
Yeah,
and plus the same thing at like Tokyo Disney Sea, like they had like a section that had like the gondolas and everything. Yeah. So I was like, oh, they love the Europeans.
I actually asked one of the workers there. Which they don't know because they don't deal with Disney's marketing or branding or anything. But they you know, they're like, oh, well, they have a general idea, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, how come there's no Japanese themed Disney souvenirs? Like, how come there's not a Mickey and Minnie
the Japanese
snow globe, right? Snow globe walking across the Bridging Otacos bridge. You know what I mean? And with the cherry blossoms, and then you shake it and it's snowfall. You know, like why? Ooh, why not? Come on. I would have take my money. You know,
I'll take 7.
Yeah, that would have been here right now. Like they don't have it. Dude, everything is exactly the same. Because you didn't go to Disney. I did.
I went to Sea.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know you went.
Yeah, I went to Tokyo Disney Sea.
My bad.
Did you go to Sea or Disneyland?
We went to Disneyland.
Oh, I went to Sea. So
I didn't. But still, if you went for a souvenir, you're like, it's the exact same thing you can get in Anaheim.
For the most part, you know what's one thing that really surprised me?
There wasn't even T-shirts, bro. That said like Tokyo Disney, with like you know the shrine in the back with Pluto in the front or something. Like, you know, like nothing, dude. True. There was nothing.
I'll be honest. I didn't look much at the merchandise because I did stream snipe a streamer that was nearby. That one of my favorite content creators. I'm like,
he was stalking.
You don't know how many sleepless nights I had where I'm like, should I have done that? Should I not have done that? But at the same time, I'm like, I don't know if I'm ever coming back to Japan. I really like this creator. I just want to say hi.
You make decisions and you live with them.
Yep. So I can. We had this last time. We were like soccer. I'm like, shut up. At the same time, it was just like, you know what? It was a fun memory, and it was just like, I really enjoy their content. I wanted to say hi. I don't know any other opportunity that I would get to say so. I'm like, you know what? If I look like a fool and idiot just for a second, just so that I could be like, hi, I love what you're doing. You know what? I'll take it.
Yeah.
So it's just like, I wasn't super obnoxious. Of course, I was nervous as hell, dude, trying to say hi. I was just like, this is a normal person. This is a normal person. Hi. I'm like, hi. I'm like, my brain just shut off. It was funny. I got roasted in the comments a little bit too.
Can you imagine like someone sees that? We're talking about Disney, right? So they're huge, and they're like they didn't invent marketing, but they perfected the character art marketing model. So let's just say someone sees that you on that thing, like, oh, look at this guy, and then they find out that we have this channel, right? And then someone from Disney's like, they're right. We don't have any Disney merch, and they seem to know what they're talking about. And we get contacted by Disney marketing, being like, hey, we want you guys to come out with, give us an idea of like a series, 5 T-shirts that we can sell and see, and then they just like fly off their shelves. Can you imagine? Oh, dude, that'd be so cool.
That would be, you know what's very interesting? I know a guy that was a Disney Imagineer, like, and he was like high enough up that you know the behind the attraction thing in Disney Plus.
Oh yeah, you know Disney Imagineer? Huh? Cool guy.
Yeah, he's actually a nice
You
guy.
wanna know? Well, I know a VP. Haha.
Oh right, that's true. I was just like, I asked him that exact thing. It's like what?
You know what? It's funny though. Be like, but people that work for Disney, they're very much like that. Like, oh, you know this? Well, I know this person.
It's just like,
Well,
oh,
I know Roy's cousin.
I know Roy's cousin's dog very
Like,
personally.
you know, like, well, you know, I babysat my daughter was the babysitter for Roy's second niece or whatever, right?
Second
Or,
niece's secretary or something.
like, well, I know I know someone in Wall Street. Oh, this. I give into your kingship. Like,
It's like, I know somebody in the law department. Actually, I do know somebody in the law department. Now that I think about it.
you do?
Yeah.
Who?
My
In the law department? Did we talk about this already?
yes, because I remember you told me.
Well, we won't say it on camera because I don't want them to get like, you know what I mean?
Oh, trust me.
Yeah.
The funny thing is, if you look at my family, I do not look anything like them.
Well, no, I mean like I don't. Like,
But yeah, true.
You
I'm
know,
not-
they're
I'm
if
not gonna say
they're
their name.
they're.
But
I guess we actually do know some people that are kind of up there in Disney, so it's like
Surprising.
and we're here sitting in this dumpy garage.
yeah, you know, we're having fun. That's the important thing. Live life, have some fun, be responsible while doing so. But yes. But I asked them because like my favorite thing, I love baseball caps. I used to love collecting Disney.
Dude, I
baseball
was
caps at
gonna
Disneyland.
wear my hat today, and I wear this because it's cold today, as you can tell,
You wanted to go for the real Slim Shady look with the beanie.
and my shaved side here,
You're like my temples are frozen.
for real.
Dude, that's the worst thing. Whenever you get like a haircut and it's a super cold day, you're like, oh,
no, I love that feeling, dude.
really?
I love it. I'm just like, oh, I hope this lasts forever, and then like next 2 days, I'm like,
and it's just like, and the chill is gone.
Yeah.
I prefer the feeling of like when your head gets like warm with like longer hair. So you like the cold, I like the warm. But I remember asking because I'm like, I love baseball caps. I'm like, Disney does not have any fun baseball caps anymore. They're so boring. They're so generic. Everything like that. He's
Yeah,
like,
you gotta get them on Amazon.
yeah. He's literally like, dude, you can just order anything you want on Etsy. So
It's
it's
because
like,
they make so much money on those ears
oh my gosh.
that they're like,
Do we really have to focus on
why?
baseball caps?
Yeah, like why?
Because most people that are going to Disneyland around that age, it's like you buy for your kids, you go for a couple, the couple's gonna buy ears because they're like, oh, we want to match and
I
everything
never
like that.
bought ears, dude.
Never bought
I
ears?
could not do it. I was like, I'm not wearing ears. I can't. I just can't. Sorry.
There is a picture of me out there. I have
Baseball players care. Former baseball players care about what's on their head. They care because we have to, right? Like the hat's a staple of the uniform,
Right.
right? Soccer players not so much,
Yeah, no, we
but they care about what's on their feet.
That is very true.
Yeah.
That is very true. Well, yeah. Okay, the crazy thing is, as much as a soccer player as I was and I am, when it comes to like my feet, I don't take the most care of it. Like for example, I got like stood on and my toe is still blue, and that was like a month ago. I was like, "Are you gonna get that checked out?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's fine."
Yeah, Epsom salt.
Epsom salt, dude. Okay, you know what really helped? Like, as I was like that pulsing feeling like when you got on, I couldn't sleep. Just almost boiling water, like really really hot water,
Yeah.
some Epsom salt, stick it in there, and just passed out. And I woke up and I was perfectly fine.
Yep. Epsom salt is once I'm in the thing, you know I'm doing. We'll announce it, but they beat me basically, right? But it's good for it's a good beating. It's a good beating. It's a required. Someone said this. It's good for you to feel physically like physically depleted. So they beat me.
Just added context.
Yeah.
Just hearing I get beat, but it's a good beat.
It is. I didn't think it was that funny.
We don't
But-
king shame on this channel.
Oh my gosh.
I'm sorry, I'm busy dying. Oh my gosh. But yeah, the Epsom salt, because like and as well for and
Well,
these are,
so I
like,
say that to say Epsom salt. I take a bath, and
You're good.
the next day, like my Achilles tendon was very. It hurt to walk because like I really overexerted it, and I'm still stiff. So like I'm trying to stretch more, but Yeah, we'll see.
Just do the Japanese 5-minute thing before going for your work or whatever.
Yeah.
I gotta implement that at work. Stretching.
But what was I saying? Oh, Epsom salt.
Yes, Epsom salt.
When I take that bath, I sit in there minimum 10 minutes. Sometimes if I'm chilling, I like to listen to Japanese traditional music when I'm in the shower or in the tub and just zone out. And it really helps. Like you come out, it actually, for me, it feels worse when I get out.
Oh.
Because it swells you up because it doesn't increase your blood volume, it increases your blood flow.
Yeah.
So it's really moving, right? Without you moving, which is what helps with recovery.
Yeah.
And if people don't know, cold does not heal you.
No.
It doesn't. Apparently, soccer players have known this for a long time, but 99% of the other sports would be like, oh, you sprained your ankle, put ice on it. Wrong. Wrong. It's so bad for injury recovery. It's good for pain management, but it's not for recovery.
Yeah.
So when I actually injured my calf, remember when I injured it, and I was like, dude, what happened? You're like, oh, you probably pulled it or strained it.
Yeah.
And so I was like, oh man. So I'm over here putting ice on and all that, and then I'm like, you know what? Like I started looking some other stuff up. Like it's not working. And then so Brittany found something for me, and she was like, it's apparently supposed to put heat.
Yeah, it's supposed to be
a lot, and it increases, so it swells you up. So when I get out of the tub, I feel kind of swollen. And then, I go to bed, and then your body decompresses at night, and fluid comes out, it pushes fluid out of your body. So I got to wake up, go to the bathroom,
Yeah.
And then after I limber up, more times than not, in 6 hours, 8 hours, in one night, pain's gone.
Yeah, because
which is crazy.
When it comes to the cold, like for example, like ice baths, I used to love taking them.
Yeah.
It's like, but you only stay in there for like a few minutes because you let your body like really contract, so that everything gets really like stiff. And then as soon as you get out, you warm up and everything releases, and then you really get the flow.
And guess what? They don't tell you. All of these athletes that are like, oh, ice bath, they're not showing you because they're like, oh, look, I mean, they're selling the ice baths, like they're part of like the marketing process, right?
Yep.
So they don't tell you that they go from an ice bath to a warm plunge, and their entire body turns into like needles.
Yeah.
Right. So they're constricting their vessels so tight, and then they go into a room temp or a 80-degree bath.
Yeah.
And it just and the flow is so hard that and I've done it.
It feels like pins and needles.
I'm like, oh, and then it goes away.
Dude, it is the best feeling when it's not like your finger or toes. Like that one, it does bug me a little bit, but everywhere else in your body, when you get that, just immediate like, whew, I'm like,
and that transition, yes, is extremely good for you.
Yes.
So if you're in a super cold climate, right, like Greenland, and you go into one of the water, the pools there, and then you come out, you're gonna go into a 78-degree sauna. So you're gonna feel the pins and needles, right? So, but that's what people are like, oh, I take ice bath. I'm like, all right, but that's just the pain management part.
Yeah, you need the recovery.
What are you gonna do once your muscles are like this? You're gonna walk out clenched. Like that's so bad for you.
Yeah, because
you're never gonna warm back up.
And you're not letting the muscles like release. You're straining them kind of even more.
So if you guys during ice baths, you have to warm up after. If you don't know, some people know and they're like, oh, I'm a gatekeeper, and they don't like to share information. Ice bath, then get warm.
Yep, and as well for all our
or just warm, and then that's it. Yep. If you can't do the ice bath.
And for our male audience, I learned this the hard way in my first ice bath. Wear underwear. God, that was such a mistake.
Or swimming trunks or something.
Swimming trunks. Make sure you just have a layer,
because it could burn you. It's so cold. I mean, it shouldn't be that cold, but it could.
That's if you do like ice with salt. But let's just say the garage was full. Oh God, it was so.
Speaking of we didn't put our balls on the table. You don't have your ball with you today, huh?
It's in the car like usual.
Oh, he needs his balls.
I always have it hanging. The funny thing is, sometimes like when he
just likes to have his balls hanging in his face.
Just like somebody on a poster from a basketball. Just why did I do the face?
Well, we have the granddaddy ball here, so it's okay.
we got the big one.
Yeah, we got the big balls today.
Speaking of big balls.
No, hold on. Before I forget. Speaking of what you just said, protecting the boys.
Yeah.
doing the ice bath and the warm is, so in general, heat is bad for sperm production, right? Cold is good for sperm production, but blood flow is leaps and bounds over, so all that, right? So let's say you cold plunge, you constrict, and then you go into a hot bath. You're not, I mean, if you're sitting in a boiling pot, obviously, for an hour, which is why in Japan they tell you, hey, if you're in the bathhouse, you 30 minutes, get out. Like, cause like then you start to deteriorate cells, right? Especially your sperm count.
Down under.
So, but if you do cold and then hot, dude, I don't think there's anything better. And if I'm wrong, correct me.
Okay.
That you can do to increase testosterone, sperm count, and just general reproductive health. And men do not, I don't know why I'm getting on this, maybe because I've had 2 kids. Men do not know how bad their on a cellular level, how unhealthy they are. You could be ripped, you could look good, you could be able to run, you know,
a Spartan race marathon.
A Spartan race marathon, a 7-minute mile consistently for 5 miles, whatever, right? Which is basically a sprint.
Damn impressive.
Yeah. And you could have issues having children because you did not take care of your most
valuable assets.
Not valuable assets. Delicate or not delicate.
They're called the family jewels for a reason.
Exactly. What was it? Not delicate. What's the word I'm looking for?
There's a Japanese word for it that he's
like
looking for
vulnerable. And it is. It's the most vulnerable spot for a man. I mean, come on. If
you get
I don't
hit.
care how big you are, you get hit there in the right way, at the right velocity, you're done. You. I don't care. You Muay Thai, blah blah blah, jiu-jitsu. You're done. If you get hit there, you're done.
You're just like, unless you can like just like take like a for like 2 seconds, then you're feeling it.
Even then, you could take it and then the waft will just flow over you.
It sucks how it gets worse as it progresses. Like you have the initial hit, you're like, if you think that's bad, then it's like, oh, just give it like a few
I've literally
more
seen
seconds.
someone, dude, get hit with the grounder, right? Boom. And they're like, they do the play and they're like, I'm good.
Yeah, you're just like,
get aside. You're going to sit on the bench. Oh.
Dude, that's happened to me so many times. Like defending, like someone will drill a ball in. I'll try to and I'll go to stretch to block it. Hits me right on, able to hit it out. I'm like, okay, I'm good. I'm not good.
Yeah.
And just dying.
I've gotten cherried right here, dude. Oh, like I was like, oh, thank God it just hit me on the, which is still very painful. I mean, that's like, oh, dude, so hard. Like on the inner thigh. Yeah. So painful. Like, what's the most pain you can feel at playing soccer? Like if the ball hits you, like maybe in the face?
It's either the face or the nuts, and it really depends if it's just the ball.
But it's a bigger surface area, so it disperses.
But at the same time, it's just like the amount of training that we do in order to hit the ball like accurately and hard. It stings because it'll just like
I really wonder. We should look into that, like, and maybe talk about it again on the next one. But like, what's more painful, getting hit in the nuts with
a soccer ball,
or a
baseball
98 a ball coming off a baseball bat that was thrown at 98 miles an hour? Because that ball's coming at you at 105.
Are we saying? Well, it depends on the EV. Are we saying that it'll be a skimming grounder or just straight? Most likely it'll be a skimmer.
No, let's. I mean, if a soccer ball kick, it's a line drive basically.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll say line drive for line drive, which is insanely fast.
Okay, I think a baseball is definitely going to be a lot harder because 1, the ball is a lot harder, and 2, it's a lot smaller, so it has a more direct impact.
Just thinking about this like it's making me be like, oh,
you're just there.
Like you do not like that is like I would rather get hit in the face with the baseball
than in the nuts.
Yes. Yeah. Because I could fix my face later. I get you're just like it's like I got broken nose, clack, black eyes, whatever, you know.
But you get a bursted nut. You're just like, that's not fixing itself. Yeah,
I mean, but that's why like
I became Lance Armstrong.
I guess we're talking about sports today, which is fine because you know Hotani's Dodgers are playing in Japan right now.
Oh yeah, that's true. They are playing.
So we got Dodgers playing in Japan, like Doyers. Yeah, those Doyers.
Yes.
Yeah.
Screw the Angels.
So
screw you, Kenny. I'm kidding. I love you, buddy.
So we got Dodgers playing in Japan. We got F1. We got some sports stuff going on. So that's cool. Yeah. Okay. We'll talk about sports today. We're gonna have to finish up in like maybe like 10 minutes.
Yeah, that's perfectly fine. Because
Yeah.
that's what I was gonna ask. I'm like, if I brought up Formula One, like the rookies,
Yeah.
I was looking back like some soccer footage and like seeing the previous generation that was before, like Messi, Ronaldo, Iniesta, Xavi.
That's the previous generation?
Yeah,
Bro, that to
Modric.
me, that was like, those were the GOATs, you know?
That's like your generation.
Yeah.
And like now I'm looking at it where you see like Erling Haaland, Kylian Mbappe,
know who he
Ansu
is.
Fati, like that are around my age,
I don't know.
becoming new gen, and you're just like,
Yeah.
do you? It's crazy when you look back and you see like the players in their prime, and then as time goes on, you're like, oh yeah, they're gonna start retiring soon. So, like Messi and Ronaldo are eventually gonna have to retire.
It's crazy.
You've seen like Sergio Aguero had to retire due to his heart condition.
Yep.
Ibrahimovic, Eden Hazard, even though he was absolutely amazing at Chelsea and then Real Madrid. And just seeing it, it's like, do you remember like any baseball players that you remember like, oh, watching them when you were younger, and then you were just
Mike
like,
Piazza.
yeah,
Mike Piazza. John Garland. John Garland actually, he came from my high school.
oh really? Mm-hmm. Oh, okay, okay.
I played on a pretty good high school baseball team. Obviously, I'm not pro,
Yeah.
but I'm pretty good.
We go to the batting cage. He's hitting more than I am.
Have we gone?
No, we have not gone. To
We
the
should
batting
go
cage.
and film it.
We should go to the batting cage.
Yeah.
If not, I'll put in footage from when I went to the batting cage in Japan. Here's the funny thing: I'm athletic, but not the most coordinated.
Well,
I'm so
I
missed so
would
many
argue.
times.
I would argue that if you play any sport at an adequate level, you are 100% more coordinated than 90% of the people
Of the population.
of the population.
Yeah, that's
trust
true.
me, dude. I you know, my dad had me doing drills with a baseball. He would just like walk by me, and like he would drop the ball like right on my lap to hit me in my nuts, right? So that way when I'm sitting there watching TV, he just walks by and he just drops a hard ball, and I'm like, "Oop," and I gotta catch it, right?
Yeah.
For my reflexes. And eventually he would do it, and
You're just
I
getting-
got you, and he's like, all right, cool. Like,
got
and so
it.
he stopped doing
He
it
understood.
because he couldn't hit me no more. and then also like I would be like, I want to work on my reaction time, right, is a big deal in baseball. Reaction time is a big deal in almost any
every
sport.
sport.
In every sport. But I would
Especially
say
Formula One as well. But yeah.
when you have a baseball sight, you know, coming at you really fast, your vision has to be good too. Players that I played with, they were good batters, they were good runners, base runners, but they wore glasses at a young age and they couldn't develop their skills. Some of them did, most of them didn't, because they're like, I have a hard time seeing the ball coming at me at 90 miles an hour, right? And it's like, well, it's not gonna get any slower.
Yeah,
you know?
that's true.
Like, so you know, everyone has their strengths and weaknesses. Obviously, my weakness in sports was for sure at the beginning, lack of confidence.
Same.
And then I would say that it was not practice, because I would say quality of practice. I would do the same drills I always did, expecting different results. And the definition of insanity is to do the same thing over and over again and expect different results. So
Yep.
I'm like doing the same thing always, and I'm like, why not getting better? It's like, well, I never seeked. This is why I'm big on mentors right now. I have a lot of them now. I have at least 5. You need people to tell you, like, you know what, that's not working. It's what you're doing is not wrong, but you need to do it a different way.
Yeah, you
because
can
it's not giving you what you're looking for.
For me, I was really good in training. When it came to the games, I just couldn't perform because I would overthink. That's what it was. Like, even if you played me in a training match, I'd be perfectly fine. Then you go into a game, and it was something I probably carried on from like a kid.
Yeah.
Because like I was really, really good as a kid. Then in the leagues that I played, but I played easy leagues. I played like church because that's all we could do. Not really AYSO or club because it's hell of expensive here in California. Soccer, I feel like it's starting to divulge a bit away from it, but it is a pay-to-play sport.
Dude.
You need mommy and daddy's money to play soccer. in
That's
this
so
country.
stupid, because you literally only need a ball and cleats to play. So they get a good pair of cleats. Yeah, they're $300 maybe.
You don't
right?
even need it. You can get them like $100 pair of copas.
Okay, see. So that's what I'm saying. Like, this is one thing I do not like about sports. This is one of the things that, like, I'm like, this is why I don't care to like be in the tribe. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And just so everyone knows, the science behind team sports is called tribalism. Look it up.
Google.
Tribalism.
Okay.
It's not a good thing for the fans. It's a way for the clubs and the organizations to make money. So what was my point? My point was, sports are supposed to be cheap. They started from people being bored.
Yeah.
And just playing. They're just games. That's all they are. Like, but they get put on this like
absolute pedestal.
absolute like ridiculous, like almost godlike pedestal because
It's entertainment.
you could do one thing that no one else on the planet could do. Like when Ronaldo, his curving kick, I don't know if he developed that, but he for sure made it usable.
His knuckleball that he used to be able to hit.
Yeah.
Back in the day, like I can think of his goal versus Arsenal. That free kick, God, that was far out.
Okay, see what I'm saying? Like when you can do that, it's like all of a sudden it's like it's like I don't know. It's like all he did was kick a ball. Like I get it's difficult, but like it's not more impressive than what a tier 1 operator is doing, if you know what that is.
Tier 1 operator. I feel like that's something like military related. Yeah.
They're the people who don't exist that do exist.
Yeah.
That do the things that no one wants to know about.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that to me,
absolutely.
That's Ronaldo. Anyone playing baseball, Otani, whatever. There's no way they can do anything like that, and that requires full body, mental state control.
It's a different
technique,
it's a
skill,
different level,
training.
Well. Yeah,
like literal like ninja stuff. Like
because when it comes to like sports, it's like of course it's like if you practice, you can get to a certain level. These people just have like a higher skill ceiling than most.
Yeah.
At the same time, it's entertainment. So people.
Oh, but my point. My bad.
But yeah, sports were meant to be cheap, and like a club team wanted me when I was younger. But my mom just couldn't afford it because they're like, oh yeah, each month you got to pay like $2,000, and this is during
ridiculous.
This is during the recession too.
That is ridiculous.
So it's just like. My mom's like, I can't afford to do that. And it's just like,
it's true.
It's like, are you fine just playing at church? I'm like, I'll just play at church.
And that is the otaku life story.
Yeah.
It really is. Like, it's like, oh, yeah, mijo, I know, like, you want, but we can't afford it. And it's like, to be honest, like, fine. Families who can't afford stuff, that's fine.
Yeah, it happens.
I personally think you should not tell your kid that. You should tell your kid, like, I'm going to tell my kids if they can't. I mean, thankfully, I'm blessed and I'm going to be able to afford pretty 99% of what
they want.
Yeah. But
unless you ask for a pony.
Even then, I figure it out.
Just builds a stable in the backyard.
I would figure it out. I would. Because I have the ability to figure it out.
Yeah.
I was blessed with the ability to figure out how to do something more than just work hard every day and hope for the best. So yeah, that's my point. But I think what you should do is if you can or you don't want to get them something, is be like, oh, that's really cool. I'm glad that you want to try to achieve to obtain that. How are you going to do it? And it's like, oh, it's like, I'm not telling you can't have it. I'm not saying no. I'm not saying, but I'm not just going to give it to you for no reason. Right. Figure out how to get that on your own, and that's good for them in so many ways. Yeah. Now, obviously, if they're struggling and like they can't do it, and they figure, then I'll step in and I'll help them. Yeah. Right. But if, for example, like I was telling Brittany, I'm having a son next. I'm like, if he wants a PlayStation, whatever, he's gonna have to get it on his own somehow, right? But that doesn't mean that Arya automatically gets a PlayStation 2. No. Right. It means, but she might have jewelry that he doesn't have, right? Which is just as equivalent to the cost. Yeah. Doesn't mean that they're both going to have the same things at the same time. You know what I mean? Yeah. Or whatever it may be is the case. So I don't know why but that related to sports is like you said, like it's expensive, right? Yeah. It's expensive. It's like, I remember playing for my league. My dad would pay like, I think he paid like $25 for me to play, and my brother, like not together but like separate, like 25. And then my youngest brother was born, and he's more around your age. He's a little bit older than you, but not by much, like 3 years. And then but he started doing the travel ball thing. And that's when my dad was like, oh, this is getting expensive, right? Because like he needed the nice cleats, he needed to pay for uniforms, and he needed the baseball bat.
The things stack up.
And it was like, dude, like we played with gophers, like like who cares? Like you're a kid, Yeah,
and it's just like, I think it depends too. It's like, even though I'm not a parent, or not anytime in the foreseeable future, it's like, but I think the biggest thing to teach them is there are multiple solutions to the same problem. Yeah. And like figuring it out. Yes. So it's just like,
which you could teach with chess.
Yeah. Or baseball, because it's the same thing apparently.
Or Monopoly, or whatever.
Oh my gosh, we should play Monopoly Deal. Have you ever heard of Monopoly Deal?
I've never played Monopoly. I don't think I ever will.
Dude, no. Monopoly Deal is such a fun card.
It's too much thinking, dude.
It takes 10 minutes to play Monopoly Deal. Dude, me and my friends would play it every single day at the lunch area senior year. So much fun.
Maybe.
So you need to do that and Mario Kart.
No, not after. No, but you said Mario Kart.
Yeah, it's a Mario Kart.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know when it ended because we only got like a 1 hour thing with my little camera. But you know what? My Canon does well. You do well, buddy. Even though you're an inanimate
it's
object.
good. I think it just. I think
It's just barely.
Yeah.
It's like for context, Ryan doesn't play Mario Kart because we played. Was it 150cc?
150cc.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't go completely silent mode, but I just like I would finish the race and Ryan was to be going. He's like, I got this. And he finished. He's like, okay, that was pretty good. He looked at my screen. He's like, why do you have a 1? Why do I have a 7? What's going on here?
I was like, I didn't do anything wrong, like at all. And then he's like, the CPU was like,
Having to keep up with
him. So like, I'm just getting blasted. I'm like, I never get hit. What the heck's going on? He's training it. He's training the thing. Which reminds me, let me grab something.
Imagine if they had amiibos for Mario Kart. Nah, well, I don't know. Would amiibos work for Mario Kart? Because amiibos worked for Super Smash Brothers. Amiibo. That was pretty good. And also, I can't wait for the Switch 2 to come out because apparently the new Mario Kart is going to have 24 racers.
I had no reason to buy another Switch, but now because they're going to have different characters in. I think we talked about this last time. Smash Bros.
Yeah. Yeah, Ryan was so kind that he bought me a Switch. Such an amazing co-host. So thank you.
And that'd be cool. I forgot I wanted to put this here.
It's just like something was going.
This is all anime stuff. We talk about video games a lot, so
yeah.
Oh man, I don't want it to move. Oh, hold this.
Yep.
It's wobbling.
Holding it. Remember,
see, Dumpy Little Garage.
Dumpy Little Garage with a nice little shelf that we found from IKEA. I'm assuming it's IKEA.
It is IKEA.
It is very much IKEA. Dude, do you like putting together IKEA furniture?
I think it's fine, but I'm tool competent, so.
I don't know. I absolutely love putting together IKEA furniture. I have so much fun doing it.
Okay, we'll put the GT. I don't know if you can even see it up here now.
I think he's just in frame. Paul Walker is just in frame, so we're good. Dude, I gotta bring my W70 Mercedes Lego because I bought a kit together.
I think what we should do. I'm gonna for sure buy the Ferrari.
We should just
Lego,
build it. We should just build it for.
And then we'll build it. I mean, we're not gonna finish it in an episode, but like that'd be cool.
That would be actually very fun. Let us know if you would enjoy that. I have no idea
what's squeaking. That's not us, right?
No,
is that my neighbor.
It possibly is. It sounds like another Dumpy Garage.
Yeah. But
yeah, so
we gotta end it here though.
We do. So let us know what sports did you play? And for the and for the men, your balls.
For the men, show us your balls. Imagine, what?
I didn't know
what sports did you play? What balls did you play with?
What was your preferred cup? It's like what brand did the most protection?
Oh my god!
Dude, imagine. I'm actually curious. Is there like just one solid? Okay, we're getting off topic here. I was gonna say, is there just one solid cup company, or is there multiple cup companies?
There's multiple.
But you know what? That's a Google search.
And I don't wear those. I don't think I've worn one since T-ball.
That's why Ryan sings acapella. I mean, not acapella, falsetto. What is it? When your voice goes really high, when you get just absolutely drilled.
So I sound like Mickey?
Yeah. Oh. They'll pay for this. A freaking clip from Kingdom Hearts. Anyways, we can ramble on for hours upon hours upon hours. But if there are any sports that you played, let us know. If there's anything you would like to see added to this that is within budget, so no, we're not buying the $500 Fate Stay Night Shiro and Saber figure. Trust me.
I didn't think we would fill up that fast.
No,
that filled up quick.
It surprisingly did. Maybe we'll put some things in rotation as well.
Yeah, we will. We will definitely rotate it.
But let us know what you enjoyed and as well what you would like to hear. And if you do watch Formula One, which constructor and driver are you supporting?
Mm-hmm.
But my spicy weebs, coming to you from a dumpy little garage in the San Fernando Valley.
I'm Ryan.
I'm Brandon. And this has been
Bridging Otacos.
Thank you.
Awesome, man.